Friday night frights. Laughter echoed through the dimly lit room. Pizza boxes lay scattered across the floor, remnants of our feast. The air was thick with the scent of cheese and pepperoni, mingling with the excitement that buzzed around us. The air crackled with the energy of a Friday night sleepover. Outside, the campfire flickered, casting eerie shadows that danced on the walls. We were a group of teenagers, eager for a night of fun and frights. We were invincible, young and foolish, huddled in my best friend Maya's living room. The cozy space was our fortress, a place where we could let our imaginations run wild. 5 of us, giddy with excitement, ready for a night of spooky stories and childish dares. Our faces lit up with anticipation, each of us eager to see who would be the first to scream. Little did we know, the night held something far more sinister. The shadows seemed to grow darker, the air colder, as if warning us of the impending doom. Who's up for the 7-second challenge? The question hung in the air, a gauntlet thrown down, daring anyone to step up. Alex, always the instigator, grinned mischievously. His eyes sparkled with a hint of mischief, a look we all knew too well. The rest of us groaned, familiar with his penchant for trouble. We knew that when Alex had an idea, it was bound to be both thrilling and terrifying. The 7-second challenge, a simple game where one person dares another to complete a task within 7 seconds, was harmless enough. It was a test of speed and creativity, a way to prove our bravery. But Alex, being Alex, had added his own twist. His version of the game always had an edge, a twist that made our hearts race and our palms sweat. We never knew what to expect, and that was the thrill of it.
This time the dare is to spend 7 seconds in your attic, Maya, in the dark, alone.
A hush fell over the room. Maya's house was old, Victorian style, with a sprawling cavernous attic rumored to be haunted. We all knew it was off limits, strictly forbidden by Maya's parents.
No way, you know that's not funny, Alex.
But Alex was relentless, his voice dripping with mock sympathy.
Come on, Maya. Scared?
He knew her weakness, the fear she tried so hard to hide, and just like that, Maya caved.
Fine, but if I die, I'm haunting you first.
The air grew heavy as Maya, armed with only a flashlight, reluctantly followed Alex to the attic door. Every creak of the old wooden steps, every gust of wind that rattled the window panes, seemed to amplify the silence that had settled upon the room. We watched, hearts pounding, as Alex swung open the attic door, a plume of dust swirling into the hallway. Then, with a final hesitant glance back at us, Maya disappeared into the darkness. The door slammed shut. 7 seconds. It seemed like an eternity. We waited, holding our breath, listening for any sound, any indication that Maya was okay.
7 seconds in the dark.
5 seconds passed. 6. Narrator media group clock showing 6 seconds. Close-up of a ticking clock at stock at distribute _ equally. Tick, tock, tick. Each second resonated in the heavy silence.
Then, a blood-curdling scream pierced the air, followed by an ear-splitting crash. We jumped to our feet, fear gripping our throats.
Maya! I screamed, my voice raw with panic.
There was no response, only an eerie silence that was more terrifying than the scream itself. We rushed towards the attic door, our fear quickly turning to dread. Something was wrong, terribly wrong.
A glimmer in the dark, a beacon of hope in the midst of overwhelming darkness.
Alex, his bravado gone, was the first to reach the attic door. His hands trembled as he reached out, the weight of the unknown pressing down on him. He fumbled with the latch, his fingers slipping on the cold metal. After what felt like an eternity, he finally threw the door open. The musty smell of decay wafted out, making us gag. The air was thick with the scent of rot and neglect, a testament to the years of abandonment. We cautiously stepped inside, our eyes struggling to adjust to the gloom. Shadows danced on the walls, creating eerie shapes that played tricks on our minds.
Cobwebs clung to us like ghostly fingers as we inched forward, our flashlights cutting through the oppressive darkness. Every step was a challenge, every sound amplified in the silence.
And then we saw it. A faint ethereal glow emanating from the far end of the attic. It was mesmerizing, almost hypnotic in its beauty. It pulsed with an unnatural light, beckoning us closer. The glow seemed to have a life of its own, drawing us in with an irresistible force.
As we neared, the air grew colder, sending shivers down our spines. The temperature drop was sudden and intense, as if we had stepped into another realm. We exchanged uneasy glances, fear knotting our stomachs. The sense of foreboding was palpable, and we knew that whatever lay ahead would change us forever.
Trapped. The word echoed in our minds, a chilling reminder of our predicament.
The glow led us to a dusty, old mirror, its surface clouded with age. It stood there, almost as if it had been waiting for us, its presence both eerie and compelling. But as we watched, horrified, the cloudiness began to dissipate, revealing not our reflections, but a scene so horrifying, so unimaginable that it froze the blood in our veins. It was as if the mirror was a window to another world, a world filled with terror and despair.
Trapped within the mirror, Maya stared back at us, her eyes wide with terror, her face contorted in a silent scream. Her hands pressed against the glass as if trying to break free from her prison.
And behind her, a pair of glowing red eyes watched us, a malevolent grin spreading across its shadowy face. The eyes seemed to pierce through the darkness, filled with an ancient evil that sent shivers down our spines.
We were trapped. The realization hit us like a ton of bricks. There was no escape from this nightmare. Hunted by something ancient and evil, it was as if the forest itself had come alive, its shadows reaching out to ensnare us. The 7-second challenge, a silly game, had become a portal to our worst nightmares. What started as innocent fun had turned into a fight for survival, and we were living it. Every second felt like an eternity, every shadow a potential threat. We had to find a way out, but the question was, how?